Turn it to your enemy. For every whipping little nigga.
Hey.
100,000 that I guarantee you never see. I get bread like Sarah Lee. Niggas can't compare to me. Turn around, gang, get fast money like I'm effing.
What's up? What's flying? What's happening?
It's happening.
We had some technical difficulties, but we were not going to let that stop us from going forward with this podcast today. This is Behind Bars. I am Play Ma. This is Big Play, and this is the podcast where we go behind the bars of local and national artists, as well as discuss the culture in real time, because as I always say, life lived is a bar. And we are super excited about the show today. Again, we apologize. The app that we're using sometimes is kind of glitchy and we have some problems, but we are back. And we're excited because we're going behind the bars of our very own, my little cuz, his big cuz, Big Tev, Party in Heaven. First of all, though, I want y'all to say what's up to my co-host, Big Play.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on with you, Play?
Nothing, man. Just getting back to business after a birthday weekend.
Oh, that's right. You had a little birthday that just came through.
Yeah, 22 years young, man.
22 years young. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Did you do something special for your birthday?
Yeah, I did a whole lot of everything. I shot a video to one of my new songs, so everybody can be on the watch for that.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So how you feel about our selection this week?
I feel good. I was looking forward to this one. This is one of my favorite songs there is.
Yeah, I was pretty hype about this one as well. You know, like I said, we had some technical difficulties there and the feed got cut, but nothing's gonna stop us from doing this show today. We are all in on this one. And you know, when I looked at the title for this song, hopefully those that are viewing will share it so people can have the new link. Again, we do apologize. We had to reboot and come back on. So share this feed if you're on here. But when I thought about Party in Heaven, I was a little confused when I was like, it's a party, but it's just him. Cause you know, it's a tribute to my late nephew. And I thought, but then when I listened to the first few bars, he talked about how he done lost so many homies to the street stuff. And so I said, okay, you know, maybe I do get that.
Yeah, it's another song by Herbo and Dirt called Party in Heaven, which is where the original beat is from.
Oh, okay.
And they talking about all their homies that passed having a party in heaven.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're giving me some insight that I did not have. So that makes sense then. That makes a whole lot of sense. So I think that we want to play the entire song. I'm hopeful that StreamYard ain't glitching today and that we can actually hear this whole song. I know we can hear it. We want the audience to be able to hear it. Hopefully they can, because I don't think, it just need to be played all the way through. So we're just gonna hop right into it.
I done lost so many niggas to the street shit. Some locked up, some 6 feet deep in. We used to ride a old box Chevy on the weekends. I should've kept you in it with me. Bet you still a be here. I ain't gon' pretend like I ain't fucked up about it. So don't mention rename if you wasn't around. We was young and wild, running around trying to fuck the town. And ever since the day you been gone, I've been holding it down. Had me sick to my stomach, I ain't get a call. Yeah, I was right there with you. Man, I seen it all. Shot straight to you. Held you tight up in my fucking arms. I wish I wouldn't have seen it, cause to this day, I ain't got it all. Lil Terry, Missy, and Quee, I still fuck with y'all. Can't forget my Ty and Makai, I'm forever stuck with y'all. Still got love for JP, but he told him, dog, he write me every year on your day, but we don't speak at all. Let me take you back to them days we was in Grand Rapids. Just some young silly niggas, man, we stayed laughing. Remember you got caught at the school with a fake ratchet. Did Drea moved you to the zoo so nothing wouldn't happen. But we eventually linked up back in South Haven. We went out for the hoop team, but I couldn't make it. I was fucking up on all my grades, shit, I had to face it. You was always balling just like Kobe from the fucking Lakers. And just know Jada and Boopa, they forever straight. That was your duty, way before you sink them heaven gates. And if I got it, then you know they got it. Eat off the same plate, fighting for the heavyweight champ. These niggas featherweight, tunnel vision, step on the gas, I hope the pedal break. I know you watching over the gang, make sure the family's straight. Rob G, Bobby and Caleb, even your Uncle Nate. Priest AG, yo Pap, that's my Uncle Nate. Mom's doing good, I just talked to her the other day. And when this rap shit pop, she ain't gonna have bills to pay. You know I do this for the fam. Fuck another man, don't worry about no internet fame. Fuck an Instagram, lost you to a fucking car crash. Glad you ain't get blamed. Cause if a nigga took you out, I'd be in the jam. You was laid back, I was wild and I ain't give a damn. And always calm me down before a fight. I'm trying to throw the hands. I know you remember all the little hoes we used to fuck on. 2 mans taking them down to get the fuck on. I know you looking down at what I did since you been gone. Catch a case and go see the judge and stand 10 toes. Solid nigga, ain't with the 5-7 before the 4. TTG don't know what that mean, nigga, we train to go. Hoes was just like a basketball, the way we give and go. You couldn't stop you from getting to the rack, doing the finger roll. On the court with ambidextrous, they couldn't check you. Shoot with the right, go with the left, the boy was special. Tripping on the ref and fuck around and got a technical. Long as you kill your attitude, and they couldn't mess with you. Yeah, nigga, I just bust your ass the other day at the park. Yeah, you got 1 point. So, you know, I've been working out fucking with ATL and Jamal for AT Lucy crib. I'm on your ass. I don't care, man. Yeah, you don't care. We can go check it out right now, nigga. Let's go on over to the park. I'll bust your ass right now. I'm gonna lose.
Wow. Listen. That song, it does something to me, you know, every time I hear it. But I don't want to get ahead of myself because we do want to just kind of go piece by piece with this and kind of just get into his mind and where he was at when he wrote this and kind of give people insight on the things that we do know about as his family. And I think one of the things early on in the song is when he talk about they used to ride an old box Chevy on the weekend. Should have kept you in it with me. Bet you still be here. And again, we're trying to be as sensitive as we can to the matter at hand. But I understand why he said that, you know, knowing the events that took place when that passed. And it kind of gives you a look into how undeservedly he kind of took that on himself.
Took on the blame for himself.
He did. And he didn't deserve that. And, you know, a lot of those young kids during that time felt like that. We know JP kind of took stuff on, and that's a lot for them to take on at that young age. Kyree was only 16, and I think Tev might have been like 15, 14, because I know he's a little younger. 15, yeah. And so that's a lot for them to carry at that age. You know, I mean, like, how could you imagine being that age and having to process that?
It's real traumatic.
Yeah, that's real dramatic. And
I said traumatic.
Dramatic and traumatic.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, because you know, you're not really equipped for that type of stuff around that. What did you think when you first heard this song?
It just really, when I heard it, it just took me back to my experience on how I found out about the situation and all of that. So it was just like you said, it always do something to me, but it was a hard song when I heard it for sure.
You know what? I sent this song to my Uncle Jimmy. When he dropped the video for this, I sent it to my Uncle Jimmy. I said, Uncle Jimmy, check this out. He texted me back as soon as he watched it, and he was like, that's so good. He said, that's so good. He wrote that about Golden Child? I said, yeah. He said, "Who is that little boy?" I said, "That's my cousin Elaine, you know." And I made him know by saying, "That's Auntie Linda's grandson." And
Yeah.
he was like, "Man, that's good. That's real good." So it resonated with
Yeah, it
everybody.
touched everybody that heard it that was connected to the situation, most definitely.
It did. And really people who didn't even understand it, because I was showing people at work this video. I was showing people at work this video because I was trying to explain to them, A, how talented my family is, but B, also how intertwined we are in everything that we do. And so that was big. What was some of the bars that kind of grabbed you?
One I picked out, it was right after the one you had said. Let's see. He said, "Had me sick to my stomach. I didn't get a call. I was right there with you, man. I seen it all." I took I took that out because, like you said, at a young age, like he was 15 years old, and he had to be right there and go and hold his cousin, his right hand, the person to do everything with, the person who he really bonded to, lose his life right in his arms. That's a real traumatic experience for somebody at that age that
Yeah, and you
that people might not even pay attention to, but uh they're quick to talk about, not taking anything away from them, but they always talk about trauma coming from war and stuff.
yeah.
It's the same thing,
It's the exact same thing.
literally.
And when you think about um and we're gonna get into that as we go on, it- those people that go to war and they see death and stuff like that, they're never the same. And they're adults.
Mhm.
So I had written that down myself, and um I was immediately taken to, again, the trauma of it all.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
why
what I
he
mean?
said since that day I still ain't got it all.
Right. And he lists some names. He lists some names right after that. He said, "Lil Terry, Missy, and Quee, I still mess with y'all. Mattia, Micaiah, I'm forever stuck with y'all." And then he even though he, said, about JP, he said, "I still got love for him though." But he told on dog. I wrote that down because those kids, because they were kids, they forever bonded. They talk about trauma bond. And trauma bond is an attachment formed between. They usually think about it in the terms of relationships. An attachment formed between people who unconsciously bond based on a shared trauma. And so these young kids, and if you look at them, they all had a little different path after that.
Yeah,
You know,
it affected everybody different.
it affected everybody different, and I'll never forget. And again, we really want to not, we don't want to revisit the horrific scene of everything, but I'll never forget being at the hospital and coming out, and everything was so hectic. Coming out and seeing him sitting on the curb there, and his mother came up, and she said, "What happened?" And he couldn't talk. He couldn't say nothing really. He was just stuck. And that image, it came back to me again, later on down the line, because he didn't know what to do. That was his best friend. That was his
Mhm.
brother. More than his cousin, more than any of that. That was his brother. And so I feel for those kids in that moment, you know what I mean, to have to kind of grapple with that. But then, what, the part that kind of made me laugh a little bit is when he talk about the days in Grand Rapids. We was young silly niggas, man. We stayed laughing.
Man. And when you really get into that, it's more than just reflecting on like times. It's really he really reflecting on when we was just carefree, full of joy, just
Yes.
laughing and living, and just show you what life can do to
Right.
a person.
How quickly it can change. And I hear his mother, and I hear Kyree's mother talk about the ridiculousness of them too when they was in Grand Rapids and how, they was always doing something. Nick laid back, he chilling. Kyree and Tevin just like you say, young silly niggas. But I think that's important that you tapped into that, just carefree. But then, as life do sometimes, you remember Kyree, you don't remember, you was too young. Kyree got caught with a fake gun at school in Grand Rapids. And if I'm not mistaken, it was related to somebody saying they was gonna take his gym shoes or something ignorant like that. And he moved. He moved to Kalamazoo with his father. And Big Tab saying the song, we eventually linked up back in South Haven. And it hit me. That's two mothers trying to save their sons. Two mothers trying to save their sons, doing all they can. It's never easy for a mother to send their child. I don't care if it's to live with their father, their whoever. Mothers don't naturally want to be away, but you'll do whatever you need to do to try and save your son. And that's how they ended up back in South Haven. And I admire them for that, though. To have the courage to do that. Who did he get close to though, just by moving there? Who used to love Big Tev?
Oh, Grandma Shirley.
Grandma Shirley. Grandma Shirley, I told this story and I ain't gonna retell it. Grandma Shirley loved Big Tev. Tevin was next door and Kyree was staying with Grandma, and they would walk to school together. And she would go to the door and watch them until they got that, she watched, and they gone, and she called somebody and say, Elaine's boy then came over here. He starched and ironed. Kyree ain't ironed nothing. He starched and ironed. Kyree ain't ironed a thing. And that's so true. That was their personalities, but they was thick as thieves. They was thick as thieves. And just to sit here and understand that all three of them, are no longer with us, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. But life will do that sometimes. You wrote down something else after that I wanted you to hit on.
Is it? Right after that, I had we tried out for the hoop team, but I couldn't make it. I was messing up on all my grades, so I had to face it. You was balling just like Kobe from the Lakers. I said, some people, like in that situation, some people may have grew like a feeling of envy in that situation just because, like, man, I can't do it, but he gets through this, that, and the other. But that was never the case with him because that's just not who he was in the first place. But instead, he took it as, since I can't, I'm gonna make sure he the best at it. And I'm always,
But that's funny you should say that, because you never seen, there was obviously playful and competition between them, but you never got the feeling that either of them felt a way about the other one. Like Tevin was Kyree's biggest fan. And this is, we kind of talked about, when I talked about the bar, when he talked about Boopa, they forever straight. If I got it, they gotta eat off the same plate. He was in his mind going to be to them what Kyree had been for him, because they were like each other's protectors in a way, in two different ways though, but similar, because I think Tevin looked at it more like he was a physical presence, even though we know Reed wasn't no chump or nothing, but that was his thing. And Kyree, on the other hand, was like, he kind of protected Tevin's vulnerable side. So like, he didn't care if they talked that talk at the end of the song about, man, you only got 1 point and all like that. But let you come up and try to say, Tevin can't do this. And he be the first one to his defense. Tevin should be on the team.
Literally.
Yeah,
That was,
Tevin to beat you.
that was their way of showing they love with each other,
That
going
was
back and
their
forth
way
like
of
that.
showing. And so I know they confided in each other, and Tevin confided in him about things that he battled. And though Kyree would never tell what they confided in one another, you could see that he was never going to let somebody talk ill of Tevin. And Tevin looked up to him like that picture on prom night. Everybody done seen it. Everybody done seen it. Where Kyree got on that suit. It's funny because it's a 25, the speed limit in the background. And Tev got his arm around him, and he looked like he holding his arm way up here, like, this my big brother. But that's what they were. That's what they were. They weren't just cousins, you know what I mean? They were brothers, they were best friends. And
Literally.
to have somebody, do you have somebody that, you not blood brothers with, but you be like, man, that's my brother?
Yeah, I definitely do. I got a few. Well, not a few. I got like 2, 3 homeboys. It's like, man, this this is my brother for real. Like, it ain't nothing nobody could tell me about him. It ain't nothing could happen that could make me not be his brother.
Right. And I think you talked about too your college friends, and it kind of runs along the same line in that
One of my college
Kyree,
friends is one of them.
yeah, because Kyree and Tevin, they was like you say, they both was not currently living with their mom at the time. And so it was like, they was like, man, we got each other. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We started off in Grand Rapids. Now we here. We gonna do this. He talk about two men's. What is
yeah. 2 men's taking them down.
taking them down? I'll never forget our cousin. I ain't gonna put him on blast, but Kyrie knew she liked Tevin, right? And she was trying to front like, no, because Tevin always been a ladies' man. You know what I mean? When Kyrie had a girlfriend, Tev had girlfriends.
Yeah.
So she was trying to play. He said, wait a minute, let me get this straight. So you don't like him, right? He kept trying to press her just to make sure, like, man, that's my boy. You don't like him, right? And so that's kind of what they did. But let's back up a little bit because I want to hear this one part again real quick. Just real quick.
Niggas, man, we stayed laughing. Remember, you got caught at the school with a fake ratchet. Then Drea moved you to the zoo so nothing wouldn't happen. But we eventually linked up back in South Haven. We went out for the hoop team, but I couldn't make it. I was fucking up on all my grades. Shit, I had to face it. You was always balling just like Kobe from the fucking Lakers. And just know Jada and Boopa, they forever straight. That was your duty way before you sink them heaven gates. And if I got it, then you know they got it. Eat off the same plate. I'm fighting for the heavyweight champ. These niggas featherweight. Tunnel vision, step on the gas. I hope the pedal break. I know you watching over the gang. Make sure the family's straight. Rob G, Bobby and Caleb, even your Uncle Nate. Priest AG, your Pap, that's my Uncle Nate.
Listen. I love that part of the video so much. His mother gave me the picture from that video shoot. She put it in a frame. I'll never forget that day because I was struggling that day. It was just, it was bringing back so much stuff, and I was struggling. And he said, "AG," he got that from Nunu calling me AG. AG, you ready for your B-roll? Is that what they call it? Yeah. I said, man, what's a B-roll? He said, you just gotta chill, and they're gonna come through. And he could see that my eyes were kind of, and he put his arm around me, and he put his arm around me, and I just felt like he could see how it was affecting me, and he comforted me in that, and I felt like that was special to me, from a young man who I know it was difficult for him as well. And so when he talk about, he name off all of those people, Priest, Pap, that's my Uncle Nate. and all like that. It was just a real sweet thing. We gonna keep going forward, but just a real quick commercial break. We know that it's a new year and you've already declared a new you. Well, if you're looking to make better choices to help move you to a healthier lifestyle, you need Juices by Elaine, the juice bar in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yes, she is the juice lady. These are healthy, all natural juices designed to help you achieve a healthier you. So go to juicesbyelaine.com or look her up on Facebook under Juices by Elaine. Again, that's juicesbyelaine.com or on Facebook under Juices by Elaine. She most definitely got the juice. Yeah, so one of the more difficult things that I want to get into. Well, before we get into that, there was something else that you wanted to hit on. You hit on that real quick before I get to what I'm talking about.
My last point was just when he said, and when this rap pop, she ain't gonna have bills to pay. When he said, I just talked to your mom the other day.
Right.
That it just showed how big his heart was and really show who he is, because that's really how he is. Like,
And I believed it.
yeah, and he was like, because when most people die, they had a phase where they making a post on social media, they getting all their shirts and everything made, this, that, and the other, and then it just blow over, and then from there, it's like the person never existed to some people, not everybody, but to some people, and it's like people don't even do the stuff that really matter. Like,
Right.
anybody can make a post, anybody can go get a shirt made, but who gonna check on his kids? Who gonna
Right.
check on it? Who gonna do the stuff that is free to do, and then who gonna step and even do more?
Right.
Step in when help needed. It don't cost nothing to check on somebody mama, check on her mental.
And you know what? He got that from his mama. I'm telling you, his mama got a heart like that. You know what I mean? She is everybody's cheerleader. Whatever you doing. You know, she came out when you was performing, and she came out and she was turned up. She was more turned up than me.
I love it,
You know what I mean? So she's everybody's cheerleader. She wants the best for everybody. She's always, and he had a lot of that in him that I really, really admired. And so when he says something like that, I can believe him. I can believe that if it popped off, he wouldn't just take care of his mama. He would look after the people that he said he would look after. And so that's big to me. Let's listen a little further, because there's a part that we just gonna lightly touch on it, because again, we want to be sensitive to everything that has transpired and everything that goes on. But this was important to me.
Mom's doing good. I just talked to her the other day, and when this rap shit pop, she ain't gonna have bills to pay. You know I do this for the fam. Fuck another man, don't worry about no internet fame. Fuck an Instagram, lost you to a fucking car crash. Glad you ain't get blamed. Cause if a nigga took you out, I'd be in the jam.
Let's stop right there. That bar stuck out to me because we know today, as we do this, he's no longer with us. And, you know, and I see his friends, and I see his cousins, and I see his brother, and I see his sister even. You want retribution so bad, you know what I mean? And so when he say, I lost you to a car crash, glad you didn't get blamed, because if I took you out, I'd be in a jam. He meant that, because he would feel like somebody got to pay. Even though we know that's not necessarily the right thing to do, because he had kids that he wouldn't want to be taken away from. But I see that same feeling in his brothers and his friends and his people today. And I just feel for them much how I would have felt for him, because he meant that. He really meant that. And so it's a tough thing, because I know the love that he had. I know the love that he had for him and the pain that he felt. And so that's real. The bar after that, though,
Was laid back, I was wild and I ain't give a damn, and always calm me down before a fight. I'm trying to throw the hands. I know you remember all the little hoes we used to fuck on. 2 mans taking them down to get the fuck on.
Let's stop. What bar I'm about to talk about? When he say, you was laid back, I was wild and ain't give a. You always calm me down before a fight. I'm trying to throw them hands. You know what I'm saying? He, again, this is the nature of their relationship. And it makes me think, and I know you can't think like this and you can't wonder, but it makes me wonder. Had not Kyree left, would Tevin also still be here? I think about that. Not that he could have stopped it, but I just believe that his movement would have been different. You know what I mean? I think his movement would have been different had he not lost his brother, his best friend. Because not only did it traumatize him, he also lost, like he said, the one that would calm him down.
He lost the left shoulder.
Right.
You know, you always got the
right
angel
shoulder
on the left and you got the devil on the right. Not that he's the devil or nothing, but like,
no,
you know,
the angel on your right. Yeah.
And then you got the one tell you this, he lost the man because he
that could calm him down. The one that he would listen to. So you think, do some of them beefs not even come about? Because you got to remember, he was pushing him to go out for basketball. You can play basketball. Why not? You know what I mean? Stuff that people might have said that he can't do. He was there saying, yeah, you can do that. Come on, we're going to do it together. And so I just always wonder, you know, had he been here, would his life been set on a different course, and maybe somehow we not be here talking about what we talking about today. And that's something, you know, you can't do. You can't, you know, you can't look back and say what if and all like that. But I mean, it is something that I always consider. Let's just listen to the last. I know we played the whole thing already, but I really want to hear this to the end.
I know you looking down at what I did since you been gone. Catch a case and go see the judge and stand 10 toes. Solid nigga ain't with the 5-7 before the 4. Teach G don't know what that mean, nigga. We trained to go. Hoes was just like a basketball, the way we give and go. It couldn't stop you from getting to the rack, doing the finger roll. On the court was ambidextrous, they couldn't check you. Shoot with the right, go with the left. The boy was special. Tripping on the ref and fuck around and got a technical. Long as you kill your attitude, man, they couldn't mess with you. Yeah, nigga, I just bust your ass up at the park. Yeah, I went place. So, you know, I've been working out fucking with ATL and Jamal for AT Lucy crib. I'm on your ass. I don't care, man.
I don't care, man.
Don't care. You go check it out right now, nigga. Let's go on over to the park. I'll bust your ass right now. I'm not losing.
Yeah, that in there, it always makes me chuckle a little bit because I don't know if they pieced that together.
They took that clip and then he
did a overlay.
Ted talked like we responded to him.
But and then see again, this is what I mean about them looking out for one another. He like, man, long as he check his attitude, like they knew each other's flaws. They knew what would set one another off. They were just so locked in. And like I say, never no jealousy, never no sideways hate. They was really like that with each other. And nobody better to do that song than Big Tim.
Definitely.
I mean, like, nobody better. And like he said at the beginning when he say, so don't mention rename if you wasn't around. He mean that. No. What'd you say? I'm gonna do the talking on this one. Yeah. I'm gonna do the talking on this one.
And it's just for like I know what he feel like because it's a sensitive topic. just if you wasn't around, just it's just better you not even because I we don't want to just get no misunderstandings about what you using his name for. So because if you wasn't around, just it's better off just not to.
Right. Don't jump on the wave.
Not even that because people always. Well, I don't know about people, but it's always appreciated when people show love and even if they is late, if they just showing love and honoring the dead or whatever, that's cool. But it's just like loosely using the
Right.
name and just talking and all that type of stuff. So
Right.
it's more so in that sense.
And it's like you said though, you said something though when you said sometimes um people they had that moment. It's always that moment. It's a social media moment. It's a chance to post. It's a
Right.
chance to say he was my dog. It was
Chance to say this.
but
All that.
then after a while, it's over. I'll never forget going to the first basketball game of the year. They did a thing to honor Kyree or whatever, and um, I don't think most of the family didn't go. I remember going and because I knew Drea wasn't going to be able to go, and I think I seen Nicholas there. But a lot of people just wasn't in for the whole. It was still too raw, and um, it was big. And then I remember just about a few months later how everybody had moved on. You know what I mean? And I saw people laughing, and this is they should. I'm just saying how it feels. You see people just laughing and going on, and eventually they took the 25 out of the gym, and it was just like he didn't. Okay, so he didn't exist. And now I used to always think that like, are they just gonna forget about him? Forget that he was here. And
Not
what
for as long as I'm alive.
and I was gonna say that's what Tevin did. He made sure because this is 2020 when he did this song. We was in the middle of a pandemic. You know what I mean? And Kyrie had been dead 4 years.
No,
No,
10.
more 10 years. No, what year did he die?
2010. 10 years.
2010, yeah. So 10 years. And he did that to let people know he ain't gonna never be forgotten by me. Like he said, y'all might be done moved on, but he ain't gonna never be forgotten by me. And you listen to his music, you listen to some of the songs he dropped, you gonna catch a glimpse of Ree. He didn't forget, and I appreciate him for that. And we ain't gonna forget him. You know what I mean? We can't forget. These is big personalities. These two guys. You talk about the swag. That Mother Wilkins talked about the swag, and she was saying who got swag. She knew Kyree had swag, and she would say, "That boy got one." Folks, they don't know everybody's name. That boy got one. Who? Who? That boy over there? She pointed at Moosey House. We do who? Tevin? Yeah, he got one. A what? Swag. And so we just cherish their memories so much. You know what I mean? We cherish the memory of our people. You know what I mean? Definitely from our perspective, we feel like they're gone too soon. Gone too soon. Who would have thought these two knuckleheads that was rounding that corner going to high school together would have, you know, headstones right there. That's tough. That's a tough thing to kind of digest and to kind of take in and to really just grab a hold on to. But I'll say this, and I'm not, I haven't walked in the shoes that Drea and Elaine have walked in, and I wouldn't want to. But I pray, when I pray, I try and train myself to say, Lord, thank you for these years. You know what I mean? Thank you for these years that you've allowed me to enjoy my family, because it's not promised. You know what I mean? Tomorrow is not promised. That's why I try not to hold on to stuff, you know. And I really appreciated Tevin doing this in the video, and my mom was in the video. Man, that was a cool video. That was a
No, I
really
definitely
cool,
will.
wasn't it? Were you in the video?
No, I wasn't. I was
Oh man,
I wasn't here. I was in college.
man, it was 2020. It was a pandemic.
I wasn't in South Haven that day.
Man, it was summertime. I'm pretty sure because I remember it was kind of hot. It was kind of hot out there, and um, the little babies was out there. Little Journey and them was out there, and
I know who was all out there. I just wasn't there.
oh yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty cool. I thought I was gonna have to jump on somebody that day, man. I got there and didn't even have no shirt. I was like, man, where my mom was like, go and ask them. They probably got another. I'm like, no, man. They knew I was coming. Where my shirt at? Oh man, I was but it was really just me and my feelings anyway from the beginning. I just felt, you know how I get, feeling. I was emotional that day. But when he put his arm around me, that meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me. And so the the last memory that I had of Kyree, and I'm trying to think, when the last time had I seen Tevin? I used to see Tevin all the time when I go to South Haven, and for some reason, I feel like I hadn't seen Tevin in a while. When was the last time had you seen him? You was in California when the
I was in
stuff happened.
California when he died, but I had seen him at Shondell repast. That was the last time I seen him.
Oh, I did see Tevin at Shondell funeral.
That was the last time
I
talked to
sure
him.
did.
We sat in it was, where was it at? It was at the Civic Center too, wasn't it?
I didn't go to the repast.
Yeah, that's where it was at. It was at the Civic
No,
Center.
I let y'all have a repast.
No, that was right where it was. I'm trying to say it's the same place where his performance was. That was the last place I seen him at.
Oh,
It
okay.
was all in the same building because that's where his repast was. That's where the party was at that he performed at.
Oh yeah.
So we sat in pool car and chopped it up and we was talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. Yeah.
You know what, too? I'll say this about Tevin, and I can't say this about everybody. Tevin was so respectful to me. Every place that I seen him, this goes back to when he was little, because when he first came to South Haven, I caught his butt shooting dice on the slide. Now, how you shooting dice on the swirly slide? You know the slides that spin like this? He crunched up in the top, shooting dice, right?
That's where they taught me how to shoot dice. Him and Kyree.
That's such a stupid place to shoot dice, though.
But that was back when people didn't want to get caught by.
But I seen them
by police and parents.
I could hear the jangling, the click clack, as Martin said. Seven again.
It was metal up there. It's clacking against
right,
everything.
It's clacking everywhere when they do. And so I had seen him, but I was like, I'm not gonna bother him. They shooting dice or whatever. He didn't see me though. Then he yelled across the park at somebody and was cussing. And I said, Dab! And he looked and he seen me and he just slid down kind of low. Even when he got grown, he was the same way. When he seen me, he said, what's up, AG? But he wasn't doing no bunch of cussing. He just really was real respectful. And that, that again goes to how you brought up. And he was brought up he was brought up the right way. But you know, that memory of him consoling me at that video shoot, the last time that I had interacted with Kyree was similar to that. I had seen him and I was telling him um how proud I was of how he had turned his life around. Cause you know, Grand Rapids was a hard time for Kyree. And he had gotten into some stuff and you know, was having it rough, his grades. And so when he got to South Haven and he turned his life around so drastically, I was telling him, and I'm so proud of you, you know. And he was like, I just wanted to make my mom proud. And I was getting kind of teary when I was talking, and he was like, oh, TG Angie, don't cry. And he opened my car door and he reached in and grabbed me and patted me and consoled me. And I was like, when Tevin did that to me at the video shoot, I was like, this is the kind of sons that they raised, you know. So so kudos to them for making that happen.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
oh no, I wasn't for saying. I thought we was getting to.
Oh, you're trying to play me, man. Okay.
You know.
Faye trying to play me. He trying to play me. You want to play the game?
Yeah, we got a game. We got some questions for us. So she always got questions for me.
Let's bring it.
All right, we got 3 questions today. If y'all know in the comments, y'all can help her.
So this is the only time we interact with comments is doing the trivia at the end. Yes. Okay,
so first question. Name 3 artists that Big Tev has featured on one of his songs.
Zap, QP, Bonnie G. Man, come on. I know he.
Listen, y'all, she was close, but her and Tev's song, that was BJ's song. It wasn't his song. He was on her song. So I can't give you 3 for 3, but you can get 2 for 3.
Oh, okay. Give me 2 for 3 then. What's the give me one then. Give me a third one.
Free my baby QP too while we talking about it. A third one, you could have won Drake Carter.
Drake Carter. Is that the dude? Is he from Philly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Light skin dude from out there.
Yeah, I kind of know that.
There's a few people you could have went, but
well, give me my 2. Yeah, I got 2.
You got 2.
Okay.
All right. What was the last album that Big Tev released?
The last album or song?
Album.
I know it's this song. This song was on it.
What?
This song that we doing today was on it. What was it called? Stuck in My Ways.
Right. That is right.
Get some. I didn't even cheat.
No, you didn't cheat that one.
I didn't even cheat. Come on, let's go.
All right. Last question.
Okay. Make it a good one. Make it a good one.
All right, I got you. Which video of Big Tev has the highest amount of views on YouTube?
Man, it can't be nothing but one song. You said the most views.
Most views.
It gotta be No Smoke.
Which one?
Oh.
1 or 2?
No Smoke 2, boy.
Yeah, definitely. No Smoke 2 is sitting at 27K views right now. Y'all make sure y'all keep running that up. For my baby.
Y'all keep spinning that. Keep spinning that. No Smoke 2.
I believe number 1 is sitting at about 14K.
Okay. I knew it had to be one of them No Smokes because they goes wild for that. Yeah. You turn on No Smoke. I think that's 2, the one that really makes them go bananas.
Yeah, it's 2. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they go so ignorant. I'd be like, let me get on where I'm going. Everybody goes wild for that.
Can't forget about the country. I'm still locked in with my new zone, huh?
You know what? The boy swag was so sick, it was ridiculous. But that's actually though, that's all the time we do have for today. Like I said, we like to try and keep it to 1 hour and nothing too much more than that. But we definitely appreciate y'all spending this evening with us. And to those of y'all who always tune in, uh um my brother Priest, my sister Drea, Pam usually share and fill in, Sherelle Whitfield will share, and KD, all of y'all that faithfully tune in with us and share and kind of give us the platform that we're looking for to just keep going forward, because we ain't stopping. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep going. This is a time for us to celebrate something that both of us love to do, and to just kind of stay connected with the culture. You know what I'm saying? This
And with
was
each other.
and with each other. You know, I get to spend time with my son doing this, which I certainly appreciate. But I love talking about music. I love talking about rap, and this is what we do a lot of the times. We don't usually agree all the time on stuff, because he always got to just say the opposite of what I'm saying.
Not
But
true.
but if anybody know me, they know this my boy. This my boy. I really do. I enjoy him, and I enjoy spending time with y'all. So thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate you,
Share
cuz.
this video, because the initial link had a glitch in it, so we had to create a new link. We was not going to be denied on this episode. Let me tell y'all, we was going to get this one in, and so we appreciate y'all. Rest in peace, Big Tev. Rest in peace, Kyree.
Long live Big Mo. Long live Rick.
Rest in peace, Kato the Dawn. Rest in peace, Pat. Rest in peace, P Man. All my people from the zone, Pookie, Slim, Frank Nitty. Rest in peace, my auntie. Rest in peace to everybody that we done lost.
Long live show.
Man, let me tell y'all, we gonna keep on coming. So you got a birthday shout out there,
Oh yeah,
play.
appreciate y'all.
Oh,
Man.
you want us to sing Happy Birthday? No,
Nah, we ain't gonna do that.
no, you don't want. You
Well,
want an applause?
yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
How about?
I ain't mad at nobody.
That's all the time we got. Join us in 2 weeks. We're going to have a new episode for y'all of Behind Bars, where, as I always say, life lived is a
Bar.
bar. Till next time.